So now it's time to add our text-to-speech to our application. Okay, let's continue. But before we do that, there is just one little thing we need to do. Here on the secure avatar, we need to give this a unique key. So let's say key, unique key, like that. So we need to give this unique key. I'll explain just in a bit. So we give that one a unique key, and then where is the other one? This is for the dark theme, and then we come down here. Here's another one. Let's also give it a unique key. So why are we doing this? We are giving it a unique key because if they all have the same key, and then later on, like in the post here, we have different more of the user icons here with different images. If they all load from the same My Image Cache Manager, they will load the same image with the same key which is cached. So in that case, they will all show the same image. But to make that different, it's this thing that does that. Once we give it a unique key, this image is going to be cached with its unique key. The other user, the other images also for the other users is going to be cached with its unique key. So here they will show the correct images instead of showing just one image. So that's the reason for this unique key. So now let's continue adding our text-to-speech in our application. So let's go back to our bottom chart. Here in our bottom chart, right on the text field here, before we added on submitted, so we need to show the mic button here. So for that, we need to add another property which is unchanged. This one takes a value, returns a value. So here on our unchanged method, all we need to check is if the value is not empty. If the value is not empty, we want to show the send button. If it is empty, we want to show the mic. So here we'll say show send button. In the else, we want to say show mic. So for that, let's go up here and create a boolean. Maybe let's cut this from here and put it up here. Then let's create a boolean here. Let's initialize, let's call it as show send button. We are going to initialize it as false, like that. So now let's come down here. So if value is not empty, we're going to share show send button will be equal to true. We need to wrap this into the set state. Set state, show send button to true. Then let's copy this, paste it here. Else we're going to show the show send button to false. And then where is our icon now? We need to go to this icon, which is this one. Then here where we are showing the send icon, we have to check here. So here we're going to check if show send button, show send button, we are going, if this is true, we are going to show the send button. In the else, we are going to say icons dot mic, like this. So let's start the application again. So initially we should have a mic button here. Okay, because the show send button is false, so we have a mic button, as you can see. Okay, so now if we type something here, this should change. Let's say hello. Okay, that's what we want. Now we have a show send button. If this is empty, the mic will come. So that is done. And then on the on pressed also, we need to check if we have a mic here or the send button, but we're going to check that later. So next thing to do here, we need to let's check here on click. Here on pressed, let's cut all of these. Where's our methods? Yeah, all of these. Let's cut them. And then or what we can do is no, let's just check here. If show send button, show send button, if it is equal to true, we are going to do that. Or let's go back, let's put the if statement. If show send button is equals to true, we are going to do that. In the else, that's where we're going to say, let's come back. In the else, here we're going to say let's print start listening, like this. Let's hot restart. So here we should be able to print yes. Okay, the next thing now to do is to add our speech to text package. So for that, let's come back to our browser. Let's minimize this. Then let's search for speech to text. Let's click on this one. Open up this one. Go on installation. Let's copy this. Come back to our application. Just go to pub.yaml file. Paste that one here and then click on pub-get. So this is done. Let's minimize and close that. So here in our bottom chart, let's come back up here. Let's go back to the browser. If we come back to readme, here we can see that in this complete Flutter example, we have we can call the init speech, which is this method here. it says that this has to happen only once as per app. So we need to copy these. This is the method to start it, but before that, let's go down and read the requirements. So for iOS, we need this permission and this permission. So for that, let's come back to our application, and then here on iOS we go here, we go on runner and info.plist. So we have these two permission already. So what we can do is we can copy these two, then come down here and paste them. Let's format this a bit so that it's aligned. And then for the first one, let's come back here and then let's copy this. Come back to our application. Let's paste that here. Then for the permission, we say this permission is required to speak to ChatGPT. We can say something like that, or you can give it whatever description you wish. And then let's go back here, and then we also need this permission. Let's copy, come back to our application, we paste this here. Let's just copy this string and then paste it here. You can say this permission is required to for ChatGPT to listen, something like this. So for iOS we are done. We can go ahead and close that and then minimize this. Let's go back here, and then for Android we need to put all these permissions for Android. So let's copy them. We copy, and then let's go back to our application, and then under Android we go on the app, source, main, and then Android manifest. Then up here, let's just paste those like that. And then also let's come back here, and then for Android SDK 30 or later we need to add this. So let's just add this. Let's copy. It says here that you need to add in the Android manifest after, right after the permissions section. See example. So we come back to our application, these permission sections here, right after them we paste this. So Android is done as well. We can close that and then minimize that as well. So now that that is done, the first thing that we need to do is we need to initialize our speech to text. Speech to text. Speech to text is equals to speech to text. Then let's initialize our speech to text down here. Say void initialize speech to text initialize speech to text. Then let's add an async keyword here. Then here let's await for speech to text dot initialize, like that. So this we need to call it in our init state. initialize speech to text. So right here we initialize the speech to text, and then the other method is, let's come back here, let's go up. So after we initialize it, like this one, init speech, after we click the button, we can say start speaking like this. We can say start speaking, and then after that we can stop. So let's copy all these three methods here. Copy that, come back to our application, let's paste them here. So this is a speech to text, then this is a speech to text. This is our stop listening method, and then this on speech result is coming from here. After we start listening, we set state, and then this result returns the results, and then this speech results, let's import this. So we need to import this one from speech recognition result. Okay, and then the results is what we are going to say here. This is going to be the last word. So these last words, let's go up here and initialize the string. Last words will be equal to an empty string. So this will be our last words here. Now down here we need to print our last words. Let's say words. Last words. So what we are doing here is, when we start listening, we await speech to text dot listen, and then on the speech results it comes down here where we recognize whatever the speech to text recognize. It sets that to our string that we've put up here, and then we print out the string. We see what we have recognized. So now we need to call this start listening method. Then we come down here where we say start listening. Let's call the start listening method. Okay, now it's time to test this. So to test this out, we need to test it with a real device. So I have connected my mobile phone. So before I bring it up, we need to do one more thing. Let's go back to our database. Let's go here, and then let's go to authentication. Here we only have one user, who's this user who's connected to our emulator here, this one. So we need to put another test user. So let's go on sign in methods, and then let's go on phone number. We go down here, as we can see, we only have one test user. If we want, we can use our real mobile number because I've connected my real device, but I'm just going to create another test user here. Let's say this is going to be another number. Let's give it another unique password. So now I've got two test users. I can come back to Firestore. That's it. So let's go back to our application, and then let me bring up my real device, and then let me run the application. So let's enter our phone number. Let's enter our PIN. Okay, now we need to create a user. So let me go with a camera. I'm just gonna click the blank because my phone is just on my table. Then save it. I'll just save this black image and then let me pick a name. I'm going to say Dexter. Then I continue. Okay, so let's allow. So now we're inside the application. Dexter hasn't saved anything, that's why his chat is empty. So now let's test this speech to text. So I'm gonna click it and say something. Hello, how are you? So looks like we didn't get anything. Let me go back here. So we didn't print anything here. Let's give it a try again. Hello, how are you? Okay, now we've got the weight. So it looks like at first I did not say louder, but now I moved my phone closer to my mouth and I could see that the words got printed. So that's what we want. So we can end this video right here. In the next one, let's show something here once the user is saying, because we did not get any sign here or any visual effect to show the user that the application is listening. And that is what we are going to do in the next video.